Well, following the not guilty verdict in the trial of 5 former World Junior hockey players, a lot of the focus remains on the culture of the sport in this country and what happens next. We welcome Professor Stacy Lorenz, who is a professor of physical education and history this morning. Thanks so much for joining us, Stacy. Let's talk about the impact of this trial and the verdict. What's it going to do on hockey moving forward?
Okay. Well, I think that, one of my concerns certainly is that this will be seen by some people as, a sign that hockey doesn't have any problems. Look, here's another case that went forward, was unfounded, etc. So I think that's the danger here. I think it's really important that we see this, regardless of the outcome of this specific trial and the verdict. This isn't kind of a get out of jail free card for hockey in general. And I think that we've learned over the past number of years that there are real issues and problems and challenges within the culture of hockey that we still need to be focused on and address moving forward.
Now, what specifically do you think needs to be addressed now?
Well, I think, for example, in this case, like I said, regardless of the outcome of or regardless of the verdict in the case, I think the vast majority of people would agree that even if what happened in London in 2018 didn't rise to the level of a criminal conviction, it was still it was an unacceptable, certainly not admirable, very troubling event that happened there. And the bar for hockey should be higher than this. These were the best of the best in Canadian junior hockey. We had leaders and captains who were there. And I think that just illustrates some of the ongoing ways that the structure and culture of hockey, some of the ideals of masculinity within hockey are tied to violence. I'll give you, more specifically, I've done some research, and there's sports sociologists who point to male athlete peer group dynamics, for instance, and how they really are based on misogynist, homophobic types of language and actions, lack of empathy for others who are outside of the group. And when we elevate one group over another and have to sort of humiliate and denigrate other groups and outsiders, I think we see that in hockey culture extensively, and that leads to one group having sort of that status and sense of entitlement and privilege and getting away with things that others who are not in those positions don't get away with. And so I think that those are some of the things that we still need to, that still can be illustrated by this case, regardless of the verdict, that we still need to really pay attention to and address as we move forward.
What would you say quickly before you go to people who have had positive experiences in the game, who may still be in the game or have children coming through it as well, that are trying to square that, what you just discussed, with their own experience?
Well, I think that what most of us want from hockey is those of us who are critical of hockey are not doing that because most of us anyway, because we hate hockey or think that it shouldn't, kids shouldn't be playing it, etc. We want hockey to be better. We want hockey to be a place where kids can grow up, where you can go, young men, young women, play in a safe, supportive environment that does allow them to flourish and build character and learn leadership and have fun and all those sorts of things. And no doubt that is still a very common experience within hockey, but there are still some of these troubling elements, particularly at elite levels, that I think we are beginning to address in some significant ways. And I hope that momentum will continue, because that's really ultimately what we want, is to create a better experience of hockey for people.
Professor Stacy Lorenz, we certainly appreciate your insight here this morning. Thank you.